which is the wealth of the information or the spirit, the data, the light being shed upon the people, that's really like full activation of the apocalypse or the unveiling energy. So we've been waiting for this. You know, this is a really good time. All things hidden brought to the light and shared with all the people.
Hold on 1 minute, Kelly. Your chief warhorse called in to see if I can call her back.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Chief. I'm doing pretty good. I'm over here doing a live broadcast right now. Okay, I'm gonna call you when I get done. Somebody mess with one of them. Well, you messing with all of them. You ain't gonna bully him. I know that, cause I'm not gonna let you bully nobody over here. So you can take them bully tactics somewhere else, or we can go ahead and get it over with right now. That's up to you. It no matter to me, one way or the other. I want the smoke the same way you do. I want peace the same way you do. If you want the smoke, I want the smoke. If you want peace, I want peace. And we can do it however. That's how I was. I'm not gonna look for you, but I'm gonna bump into you.
Yeah, and
And
we
when
ain't
I
gonna
bump
push.
into you, you're gonna remember me.
Yeah, like I remember I used to tell, like, in the set, I used to tell people, hey, don't if I saw a dude pressing him and I say, oh yeah, he don't, and the dude act like he don't want it, I say, I let him make it, cause he don't want it, you know, let him make it. He's nigga was talking first, but now you press him and he, oh man, now you know. Hey, so we ain't never press nobody too hard that they want you don't want no trouble. Well, don't start no shit, it won't be no shit, right? You know what I'm saying?
I'm bone crusher, baby. I ain't never scared. I
Yeah.
ain't never scared.
Hey, we about to get up out of here, man. Hey, we got 1,200 people in here, man. Raw Hayes don't do it for the money, but we got this Cash App on there, man. If y'all want to show them some love, everybody send them $1. That'll be 1,200, man. That'll put them in the game so we can keep these. We got to keep Chief good so we can get these updates on the land, man. So because we're in a critical time now, we're going to a critical time. 2025, a lot of prophecies have been said to happen that year, like about the earthquake, a whole bunch of things. You know, the switching of the government. There's a whole not bunch of stuff. So we need to stay live, stay alert for this coming up. 2030, Doc spoke about 2030, the end of the devil's rule, the complete end of his world. So we looking at the parasites being removed, whole bunch of stuff going on. So we need to stay updated. Shout out to everybody that's came in, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. What you got to say, Rod? You got to say you want to say?
Parents, talk to your children and let them know that the National Guard not here for us to stay out them people way. Because we don't want them to get caught in something that they totally innocent, but they get treated like the enemy. If they do the martial law, just follow the curfew because there's going to be some dastardly deeds taking place under the cover of darkness. There's going to be a whole bunch of good men doing some real bad stuff to some truly wicked individuals. And they're not taking no prisoners and they're not asking no permission. It's not going to be pretty. Y'all need to know this now. Y'all need to sit them boys down, have a conversation with them. Wherever you at, make sure you're going to be where you're going to be at the curfew. You don't want to be transitioning during the curfew and get caught up with the wrong crowd. We don't want that to happen. This is about them judges, them lawyers, and some of them got private military of mercenaries that they've paid very well to not let these National Guards people take them in. You may have shootouts between different factions of private military forces and National Guard in your city, but I don't know which city it might be. It could be any one of them. They everywhere and they about to get cleaned up. These private militaries, they caught one in upstate New York a couple of years ago, and it was staffed with a whole bunch of Chinese orphans. And it was under the control of George Herbert Walker Bush through his CIA connection. And they blew it up. I posted about it when it was fresh, but they blew it up. If I run across the post in my memories or something. I reposted on Facebook, but they blew that damn military base up. They had something like 2,000 soldiers up there. So it can be gunfights in the streets, but it don't have to have nothing to do with us unless we go putting ourselves in other folks' business. Don't got nothing to do with us. Let them clean this month up. Don't get caught in the crossfire. Don't be collateral damage, because there's something in the military during warfare called collateral damage. Just because you got switches, they got some switches for your switches. They got way more stuff to fight this war than we do in the hood.
Right.
And it's some niggas in the hood they coming to get too. Believe that. They've been doing a lot of dirt for a long time, and people know who they is. You know who them dirt dealers is in your local town that don't nobody like to talk about because they're scared they're going to come up missing.
Right.
They coming to get them. They know who they is. There ain't no hide. Ain't nowhere to run. Ain't nowhere to duck. Ain't nowhere to hide.
That's deep.
They coming to get them. I'm telling y'all now, they coming to get them. All the dirt dealers, these people, this military, with the assistance, the National Guard has been given the permission to utilize special forces from the U.S. military branches, Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, to do this operation to get these MFs off the land. And they're not who you think. They're not going to be based on skin color.
Right.
Because they're going to look every color under the sun. Wherever people at, it's going to be somebody that look like that in the cleanup. But they dirt speak for itself. Most of us know who them dirty players is in our local town. They coming to get them. You thought because of the whispers that they was going untouchable, they probably didn't got arrested 1,000 times and they never did more than 24 hours.
Right.
They know who they is. Trust me. Just like they knew which chiefs to kill when they was murdering us, they know who to get off the land now that we reclaimed it back. So don't let our children get caught up in that. It's not our war.
Facts. And on that
And
note,
they gonna reserve the right to deputize the tribe to aid in the cleanup. That means you might have a whole faction of Pyru in Pyru territory cleaning Pyru territory up, because they would rather for you to clean your own hood up than them come in and do it for you.
right. Facts.
Right?
Facts.
It's gonna make Vice Lord's gonna be cleaning up Vice Lord neighborhood. GD's gonna be cleaning up GD neighborhood. But it's gonna happen. This gonna get cleaned up one way or another, because we done with the shenanigans.
Right.
We just waiting on the rollout now. Something big's supposed to go down for Christmas, y'all. It's supposed to be some big good stuff this time.
Right.
I don't know what it's gonna be. They might start getting everybody checks. I don't know. But it won't be under the old regime.
Right.
Because their system is over. The IRS just got audited. They $545 billion missing.
Damn. We know where it ain't
So,
missing. We know where it is. The bike
well, you know,
glue.
they can't account for it.
Yeah,
Now,
right.
at first it was the Federal Reserve couldn't account for it. Now the IRS can't account for it damn near just as much. So that's almost $1.5 billion missing just for nothing. It was like 1.2 billion, 1.3 billion, something like that. That's a lot of money.
They always harassing everybody else about what they got going on.
But that's the money they supposed to be fixing our roads, building our infrastructure, giving everybody lights, gas, and water to their house where you supposed to have no bill. They using the money for their stuff.
Yeah, I noticed America never get really built up. The only thing that's getting built up is corporations. They never build America educational system where we can be like China. Like China, the way they everything hands on, everything free, colleges, like everything free. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of education, I want you to show them this one more lady before we go named Charlotte Isherby. She got a book. It's called Education. It's a book. It's a book. on YouTube. This is the lady that's running down the entire fraud of the No Child Left Behind money making scheme of the government, and they was taking the wealth from, like, for instance, Detroit had a surplus of, like, I think it was like $5 million or $5 billion in educational funding. John Engler was the governor. Went to his lobby and told them to decentralize Detroit's Department of Education. Detroit sued him, took him to court, won, but they couldn't give the money back because they said they used it to build a prison in Ionia Bellamy Creek.
Cool video we did, right? And so I went
Uh,
and got the book. It's called The Liberty Dumb Down America, and they actually
mhm.
break down on how how these black hand guys were going to keep us in a state of workers and employees, pretty much, and never teach us how to own or no kind of, you know. I actually
Perpetual
read it.
consumers,
Huh?
worker consumers. Because you working and you generating the income, and as a consumer, you giving them your income to live your life. It's a trick. It's a Rockefeller program. It's a couple of books. It's one called "Boys Will Be Boys" by a Jewish lady. Um, it's another one called um, I forgot what it's called, but it's a whole lot of them. If you put that book in the Liberty Dumbing Down of America and scroll down, it's gonna have a whole bunch of them about how the educational system is designed to dumb us down and control us. Right. I think one of them is called Destruction of Western Education or something like that. Then you got to remember, you also got the Nathan and Julia Hare material on the education of our children. You got the Hockey Mahu Booty information on our children. You got the Wilson information, Awaken the Natural Genius of the Black Child, etc., dealing with our children. So we also have, if go to there and type in the other Bush family. The other Bush family, the sister educated their own children. They all graduated from university when in their teens, right? So I'm gonna leave it at that, Elder. I'm gonna let you take us on home from here.
Hey man, we about to get up out of here. We will be back once we gonna keep eye on what's going on the land. We will be back to give you another smoke signal if we see anything change drastically. As of right now, everybody is running and hide now. You know, getting the hell out of Dodge. You can feel the energy change. After Trump won, you can feel the energy change. Like the evil is like going down a little bit. The evil
I
energy.
told you it was a shooting spike on election day.
Mm-hmm.
That's an energy shift of itself.
Mm-hmm.
We between two portals right now.
Hmm.
We between the nope. We just went in and came out. So we went into the 1010 portal in October.
Mm-hmm.
That flips out on 0101, right? Then you had your um, um, 1101. Then it flipped 1110, right? And the next one is 0111 is the exit from that one. So we in these portals right now, which is artificial time constructs in order for energy to find paths of least resistance to materialize mass manifestation energies. So if your manifestation is in line with whatever is materializing through the other side of the portal, your manifestation will be accelerated because it's part of the collective, it being in agreement with manifesting something. So a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna keep them updated. We about to get up out of here, man. We live, we lit, and like I say, we gonna win this war. Why? because Wicked Dad,
man, we are in the building tonight. We are in the digital building tonight. Family, make sure you hit that like button. It's getting ready to go down. It's going to be a legendary night. I talked about this night for a little while now. I said I told you I wanted to put it together, and my father put it together. So yeah, without further ado, let me introduce back to the platform. All of these brothers have been holding it down on this platform this year a lot. They've been doing their thing, so it's an honor to have them all on here together as we continue to celebrate this paradigm shift that we see happening right now. I want to welcome back B-Dell, Rod Hayes, and RFG, the chosen one. Welcome, y'all.
please.
Sir, thanks for having me on.
Indeed, indeed. All right, so family, I'm hearing a little echo. All right, so this ain't gonna be an ordinary conversation. So you might hear some wild shit. Rod Hayes might say Joe Budden's a robot again. You might hear some real wild shit. So just be prepared, because this ain't gonna be your normal conversation. This is and that's good. That's a real good thing, because truth, we've been lied to so much that truth will seem like a science fiction book. So let's get this thing started. I want to give a shout out to the name of the show was inspired. New Species was actually inspired Bobby Hemmett by Bobby Hemmett. I remember when I was younger, Bobby Hemmett used to talk about. I didn't even notice you had on the shirt. B-Dell. Yeah, damn, I didn't even know that. I just noticed that. But Bobby Hemmett used to talk about all the alchemical process of what happened to us in America. There was a new species that was being born. There was a new people that was going to be birthed from that. All the mixing, all the everything that happened. It was like we're like this big alchemical experiment that happened. And you see what we've become. And shit, man, you're gonna see what we'll become in the next 500 years. So shout out to the soul of the brother Bobby Hemmett. And with that being said, let's get this thing started. How y'all doing, Rod, B-Dell, RFG? How y'all doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, indeed. Family, make sure, I see we got about 1,500 people already. Make sure you hit that like button so you know the whole world could come join us tonight and participate in this conversation. All right, so let's get this thing started. Everything happening, the DNA upgrades, the ascension process, the solar flares, the just so many things happening, the eclipses that's going on. We feeling inside. People hearing their ears ringing. People are having abilities become active that they didn't have before. RFG did a video recently that got snatched, and I had to throw it on Patreon because it got snatched. Y'all remember that from 2 weeks ago, and he was talking about that. So this is like a part 2 to that. What I want to ask you is that, all right, so we study ancient history. Rod Hayes, I don't know if I heard Rod, I heard Billy talk about it. I don't know if B-Dell touched on it. I don't know if RFG touched on it, but there's characters in antiquity. Let's use characters, the Anunnaki characters. I don't know if it was Inky and Lil, whoever. They said some of these characters put a cap on our DNA, right? They said they put a cap. Say that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. So
they actually stripped back the telomeres to shorten the lifespan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they did what's called a DNA graft to give us a worship gene, so that the God reverence will be able to entrance us under a spell of hypnosis.
Right.
It'll be encoded in your DNA to respond in that manner.
So one of the reasons for the spell of hypnosis is that we have this spark of divinity within us. We have the spark of divine source, Big Mama. We got this spark within us that is more powerful than anything in the universe. So Bobby talked about, many people talked about the power of the imagination. There's something that people on the internet talk about that's called psychic surgery. Now, they say the brain can't distinguish between reality and imagination. So if we use this God power called our imagination, people say they have had psychic surgery performed on them by entities while they were asleep and woke up and was a complete different being. I want to talk to you about the ability. Like I said, this ain't a normal conversation. The ability for us to use psychic surgery, use our imagination. We go into theta mode before we go to sleep. and on us our DNA to reverse whatever spell was put on us in our DNA. Moving forward, us being a new being, a new species, a new people, is this something that y'all see that could be beneficial for us to reverse the curse or reverse, as Rod Hayes says, the conjure?
Yes. Well, that worship gene was basically the vesicular monomod transporter 2 gene.
Yeah.
And that basically has a hardwire connection to where it gives you the propensity to believe in things outside of yourself. So you have two different forms of ether that's based on the creation of the mind that is comprised of the cybersphere and the ethosphere.
Right.
And those two different realms have the ability to manipulate the neurotransmitters to where it's able to reconstruct back into its original form. Mm-hmm. So that's when you tap into, like, as far as like your higher abilities, is when you stuck in the superchiasmatic nucleus that works in tandem with the cosmic clock. So all that works in conjunction as far as like putting a cap consciousness that is acclimated to the firmament and the cap and an encryption over the brain, basically. So once we tap into those energies, that's when we're able to tap into our true power that's connected to the etheric network and dark matter energy.
Rod, RFG, one of y'all want to touch on that?
Go ahead, RFG.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with what the brother B-Dale was saying. And I believe whatever took place on a cosmic level in 2012 was the greatest emission of light codes in this particular realm in the past 2,000 years. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it. You know, I'm grateful to have received many of those light codes, and for me to have been on this journey to acquire the knowledge that I was able to acquire, and to be able to wake up as many people as possible. And I think a loophole around that particular gene is simply